Reading an excerpt from the Encyclopedia of the Dead by this great writer Danilo. And the first story is called Simon Magus. Just just fooling around, just testing some technical things in our channel before the next episode. 1. "17 years after the death and miraculous resurrection of Jesus the Nazarene, a man named Simon appeared on the dusty roads that crisscross Samaria and vanish in the desert beneath the fickle sands. A man whom his disciples called the Magus and his enemies derided as the Borborite. Some claimed he had come from a miserable Samarian village called Gita, others that he was from Syria or Anatolia. It cannot be denied that he himself contributed to the confusion, answering the most innocent questions about his origins with a wave of the hand broad enough to take him both the neighboring hamlet and half the horizon. He was brawny and of medium height, and his black curly hair had begun to thin at the top. His beard, also curly and unkempt, was flecked with grey. He had a hooked, bony nose and a sheep-like profile. One of his eyes was larger than the other, giving his face a somewhat sarcastic expression. In his left ear he wore a gold earring, a snake swallowing its tail. His waist was wound several times round with a flaxen rope, which served as a prop for his circus tricks. Suddenly it would rise straight into the air, and he would scramble up it before the spectators' wondering eyes, as he might scramble up a bean pole. Or he would tie it around the neck of a calf and then, uttering a magical formula, chop its head off with a single slice of the sword. For a moment, head and body lay severed in the desert sand, but then the miracle worker pronounced the magic formula backwards, this time, and the head reattached itself to the body. Picking up the rope, which had remained in the sand, he would undo the knot and wind it around his waist again, unless a member of the audience wished to verify the fibers composition. He would then hand him one end of the stiff rope as his offering. He must stick. The moment the skeptic took hold of it, it would go limp and fall to the earth, raising a cloud of dust. He was as fluent in Greek and Coptic as he was in Aramaic and Hebrew, and knew various local dialects, though his enemy claimed he spoke each of the languages with a strong accent. Simon paid scant heed to such rumors and even gave the impression of encouraging them. He was said to be quick-witted and an excellent orator, especially when addressing disciples and followers or the crowds that flocked to hear him. "Then his eyes would shine like stars," said one of his disciples. "He had the voice of a lunatic and the eye of a lecher," note one of his adversaries.